The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. While it is everyone's dream to own their own home, many persons applying with the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation here on Grand Bahama are not meeting the requirements. Tonight, the minister responsible for housing talks about how the economy has affected the housing program and the aggressive role the Mortgage Corporation is now taking to get Bahamians into their own homes. The downturn in Grand Bahama's economy has significantly impacted the development of housing on the island. This coming from the minister responsible, the Honorable Kenra Dorset. For instance, he says many persons have applied for homes in the Wellington-Pinder subdivision, but are not able to qualify with the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation or commercial banks.
That's how challenging these economic times are. I mean, together with the fact that the housing agenda has taken a while to get moving, we are now funded and we're ready to go. But one of the things that we're working on is to ensure that there are people who are qualified who are able to take on mortgages for the homes that we offer.
In fact, he says just recently there was a list of persons to be assigned homes, but again, there was a challenge.
We sent a list of persons 2 months ago to be assigned homes. BMC has now come back to me to say all of the people. There are about 7 homes that are unoccupied. There are a few that are unoccupied but are being processed. And the conveyances have now been signed off, and I think that they're completing the occupation of those. But there are about 7 homes that have been going through this, back and forth process for a considerable period of time. And so I've asked my team to do what is necessary to find people who can qualify to get in those homes, because the inventory is sitting there. It is being subjected to vandalism, which is going to cost us more money to repair these things.
The minister says now the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation is taking a more aggressive role.
But I've told them that instead of us assigning homes to people who will then go on to BMC, I've asked BMC and Department of Housing simply to collaborate. You all sit down and tell me who are the people who will qualify, so that when we make the selections, we know they'll be able to qualify for the homes to get into those homes immediately.
Dorset says they are also looking to commence construction in a number of new areas as well.
So we will be building in Bahamia West Replat. That seems to be an area of interest to people. And we're going to be looking at new subdivisions where we can possibly build. I must say that there is incredible interest, for whatever reason, in heritage. People are wondering whether or not we are going to build in that area, so I'm taking that under advisement.
The minister is encouraging persons who are interested in the Government Affordable Homes Program to visit the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation and apply. Well, as Grand Bahama economy begins to show signs of recovery, the government is working to attract new foreign investments to the island. While at the March Against Crime yesterday, Sabrina Brown spoke with the minister for Grand Bahama about his recent trip to the Middle East.
Minister for Grand Bahama Dr. Michael Darville says his trip to Qatar came after the foreign ambassador to Washington, D.C. visited Grand Bahama to explore potential investment opportunities. The minister says his mission was fruitful.
We were able to meet a wide selection of investors in Qatar, but particularly the Qatar Investment Authority, who's expressing interest to bring a delegation to the island of Grand Bahama to look at our projects in the industrial sector, as well as to look at potential projects in the outskirts in East and West Grand Bahama. So if you recall, our visit extended from Deepwater Key, all the way to West End. And so he had an opportunity to look at the whole island. They love this place. The place has great potential.
Minister Darville says the major areas of interest are the tourism industry and the industrial sector.
Qatar is one of the largest producer of natural gas as well as petroleum products. We have a large petroleum storage facility on the island of Grand Bahama. So their interest is very diverse. It'll be interesting to see exactly when the official delegation come, the areas and potential investment that they would express concern. So I'm excited because the discussions stem all the way from tourism all the way to investment in the in the industrial sector.
A mega development proposed for East Grand Bahama is also said to be gaining traction. The minister says he's optimistic about that project.
We have been working very closely with the investors themselves. If they are requiring any additional information, I'm there to support them 100%. I'm optimistic about the project, but of course it's not a government-led project, and so we need to be measured in the way how we speak about the project. But I am in full support of any potential investment for the island of Grand Bahama that will better the lives of Grand Bahamians from east to west Grand Bahama. So I support it 100%, and I look forward to working with them as they move closer and closer to make this project a reality.
Minister Darville is also excited about the opportunities these new investments will provide for Bahamians.
I'm always keen on potential investment coming into the country that can provide high-paying jobs, technical jobs, but is also geared in and tied into our plans for training and retraining of our workforce so that they can benefit from these investments that come in. The days are done now when we bring direct foreign investment in our countries and Bahamian outside looking in. The time has come for us now to train them so that they can capitalize on what these investments bring into the country.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the countdown is on for the local government elections, with a number of candidates vying for positions in the various districts. The election is expected to be keen, and over on the island of Bimini, there's no exception. The campaign there is in high gear despite allegations of corruption. Joan Davis-Roll has this story.
I think Bimini could set an example for local government. We put the right people on the board.
The local government election campaign in high gear in Bimini. Billboards after billboards have been strategically placed throughout the island as some 18 persons nominated to fill 9 positions on the local government council, resulting in elections set for 4 polling divisions come election day, June 23rd. Residents and candidates say they're ready.
I think we have some good candidates this time around, and I'm just hoping that, the majority of them be successful, and maybe we would see, a change. But we just can't go on with the way we've been going on.
I was very excited. I went down to Commissioner office, put in my papers, and I'm just excited for the day, for the 23rd, for when that day comes.
How come you offered yourself as a candidate in the local government election?
Well, I'm a Biminite, and I'm very concerned of what's happening on Bimini, and I want the people to be informed of what's going on, and I just want just positive things to happen for Bimini, and we just want to push forward with just positive stuff.
We put together a very good team, and we focus. I think at the end of the day we will be elected to lead the district council here in Bimini. And like I say, it's a team, a business person from all sectors of the community of Bimini.
Well, I am geared up for the local government election because I feel like there's a lot of things to be addressed in Bimini. And I feel like the council now, I feel like they have had its time, and it's time for a change.
This increased interest comes as Bimini's local government is rocked by scandal, social media reporting allegations of corruption being levied against some local government officials. Allegations to which Bimini's Chief Councilor Lloyd Duda Edgecombe responded.
There will always be haters, okay? Corruption, I don't even know what the corruptions mean as far as I'm concerned. And my leadership in the community, the people of Bimini knows me, and like you said, the people of the Bahamas knows me. How can it be corruption brought against me when I don't have a vote on the council? The administrator assigns to check. So how do I get in corruption?
Our ZNS News team visited the administrator's office Thursday morning in attempts to speak with Bimini's administrator, Oscar Monroe, on a number of issues. But we were told by office officials that he was tied up in a series of meetings and unavailable. Meanwhile, Biminites say with the right people in place, the sky is the limit for Bimini's local government.
If the good people does not nominate, then the bad people will take over. And
How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's it's an honest statement, true statement. But you see, a lot of times, a lot of the people who really should be on the board, they stay away from the board because of arrogance of the people who are on the board, and the way they carry on. Some people act like they're on the board and they're the minister of whichever constituency that they're in.
From all indications, Biminites are gearing up for what is expected to be one of the most highly contested local government elections ever. In Bimini, reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Roll.
Now, we contacted Administrator Oscar Monroe in Bimini this afternoon, and he did not wish to offer a comment on the corruption allegations being made on social media. Well, this Whit Monday holiday turned tragic for a group of visitors on the island of Abaco. According to police reports, shortly before noon yesterday, a group of Americans were snorkeling off a reef on Mermaid Beach in Marsh Harbor when a 63-year-old man failed to resurface. He was recovered from the water and CPR was administered. However, reports say he did not respond. He was later pronounced dead at the Marsh Harbor Clinic. Police are investigating that incident. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Bahamian students attending Tallahassee Community College breathing a bit easier tonight. Earlier today, the college was placed on lockdown after a gunman was reportedly spotted on the campus. Bahamian students were frantically sending text messages to family members here on Grand Bahama as the situation unfolded. We spoke to a female student who says the authorities made every effort to ensure that students were kept safe.
Well, I was just in class, and they sent the police department sent a mass test to all the students saying that there was a dangerous armed guy on campus, and then about 10 minutes later, office officials, they came to our classrooms and they said no one was able to leave, and they locked us in our classrooms, and we were there for about 2 hours. And after that, we were able to go inside the main entrance to the building, but we still weren't able to leave because they were still searching other rooms because I was on the opposite side of campus. But people were still walking, trying to leave, who weren't supposed to leave. And they got one guy. It all transpired from the weekend, and people came on campus for him.
Now, Tallahassee police say the student who reported being chased by the gunman may have known his attacker. The all-clear sign was given around 1:30 this afternoon. Now, here at home, another group of students have successfully completed studies at the College of the Bahamas Freeport campus. The graduation exercise held last week at the Grand Lucine Resort. Executive Vice President Dr. Erla Carey Baines telling students that COB has prepared them for a good life, a purpose-filled life. She says they leave with much more than a diploma, degree, or certification, as they have been given lessons of service, duty, and good citizens.
We have graduated our first cohort of MBA students and our first cohort of the Masters of Science in Reading with Inclusive Education. In 1989, a mere 4% of our graduating class received their bachelor degrees. Compare this with this year's spring ceremonies, both here at the Northern Bahamas campus and in New Providence, in which 23% of our graduates received their associate degrees, while 70% received their bachelor degrees. We have come a mighty long way indeed.
Now, Carrie Baines says she is proud of the accomplishments of the graduates and of the growth of the college. She says the institution has made tremendous strides over the past 40 years. We do apologize for that technical glitch. Moving on, many corporate partners have signed on to the government's national training program. So far, it has been a mutually beneficial agreement as students are gaining experience and major companies are helping to shape the future of the workforce. Tonight, Sabrina Brown talks with one local partner.
The Island Seas Resort has taken on 38 of the 160 participants at the Bahamas National Training Agency. Tiffany Major and Taniqua Munning say they are happy to be getting practical experience.
It is good because it's in my field. I'm currently attending college, taking up accounting management, so this is very well for me.
As I progress in the few weeks I've been here, it's been excellent.
Director of Sales at the beachfront property, Tawari Rogers, says Island Seas is proud to help with the professional development of the young people.
Freeport right now is going through a hard time, and be able to train them and develop them and provide opportunities is a great benefit to the resort as well as to the youth.
Housekeeping Supervisor Peggy Baston is impressed by the interest shown by some of the female trainees.
The young ladies that we have here are very anxious to learn the profession, and they don't want to sit in housekeeping and answer the phone. They actually want to go to the blocks, and they want us to train them how to clean rooms and stuff. And to me, being a veteran in this business and loving this business, to me that is very encouraging.
Manager at the local Bahamas National Training Agency, Norma Pyfram, is excited to see the young people putting their skills to the test.
This is what it's all about. You train and now you get a hands-on to make sure that it's done the right way the first time and at all times. This is a great thing that is happening for our Grand Bahama. We need it so badly. So thanks to Island Seas and all the other companies out there.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. Ricardo Lightborn has a check on sports when we come back.
Hey everybody, it's Sports Time. I'm Ricardo Lightborn. Let's get cooking. The Bahamas Golf Federation and National Amateur is in the history books, folks. Let me tell you, the Grand Lucayan Reef Golf Course was the venue. They had some great prizes as well. The National Amateur Championship played over 4 days on the Reef Golf Course, and it played to expectations. The numbers were added up and the champion's name. The ladies' gross winner, that's Breanne Robinson. Anika Roll won the net title. Dr. Larry Bain won the Super Seniors net title. The Super Senior champion, well, that's Vernon Wells. As for the seniors, the net winner is Theron Hepburn. The gross champion, hats off to Chris Harris. In the mid-amateur, the net winner there is Perry Cooper, and he played well. The mid-amateur champion, that's Peter McIntosh. As for the regulars, Delano Mortimer is the net champion. The gross winner, a final round 68 and 282 score, that's Ben Davis Jr. The President Cup went to Dr. Larry Bain, all smiles to go with it.
This one was for Calvin. And I know he would have been so proud today to know that our group, the BCCMJ, was well represented. And we had a wonderful 4 days, and I thought about him often as we played. And both of these for Calvin.
The National Amateur Champion, that's Ben Davis Jr. 4 days of spectacular golf, all under par.
I thought I played pretty good. Like this week, I just try to stay as patient as possible and just play my game. So, yeah.
Talk to me about your golf game at this point. Tell me, what have you been doing? I know you're in school, but how is that coming together?
You know, this summer I have about 4 or 5 tournaments that I'm playing in. I'm working hard every day, and you know, for this tournament, it's like the qualification for the Caribbean Championship in Puerto Rico this year. So. Like not only me, but our team has a lot of work to do to like get back on top this year. So.
Congrats to all the winners, the participants, and the staff at the Reef for making it such a super weekend. And the National Amateur, folks, was the first major event for the new administration of the Bahamas Golf Federation. Now, some 4-day golfers played the National Amateur. That was actually rewarding. The regulars, seniors, super seniors, and the ladies played 72 holes of competitive golf. And also, President Craig Flowers said it was hit and miss.
With myself as president, with a lot of doubts. We've had a lot of setbacks. There's been a lot of things that was going not well with the federation, and we took office with a complete team to really make a difference. And this was the first trial for us to determine whether or not we were going to be able to get back on track.
Well, let me tell you that the Bahamas was scheduled to host the regional tournament next year, and that was simply up in the air, said Craig. Well, the response to the National Amateur is simply now they are possibly looking at going full speed ahead.
One of the most concerning things for myself as president of the Bahamas Golf Federation, we are the host of CGA, the Caribbean Golf Classics here in the Bahamas. We're scheduled to host that next year, and we don't have any facilities to play it on. at the CGA meeting in Puerto Rico last month. Ambrose Gassero and myself and the secretary went, and we had to ask for permission to move the date for ourselves back because of what we were experiencing here locally. But you know, after this event, it certainly gave us the belief or the hope that we may be able to get this back on track and get it back to where we can host another national, international event back here in our own hometown.
Well, today that the Grand Bahama Primary and High School Sports Association handed out the track and field awards at Tabernacle Baptist Church. A great time for the kids. The primary schools and high schools athletes recognized with outstanding track season. Sharing in the celebration, athletes Miriam Byfield and Shakitha Henfield coming off an exciting World Relays Bahamas 2014. The gold medal to the primary and high school executives and the patrons of the leagues, and a job well done, says Ms. Edgecombe.
I want to especially thank the association because this will be the last time for this school year that we will meet in such a setting. And I believe that Kenton and his entire executive team have done an outstanding job.
Former head basketball coach at Tennessee High School and former athletic director at King's College, Tennessee, that is Dale Burns, left no stone unturned. As students receive their awards, parents get the SAT done now rather than later.
Moms and dads, get your children, when they're freshmen, to take the ACT or SAT if they can, as quickly as they can. I know when I coached in high school, my freshmen took the ACT, and the guidance counselors say, they don't need to do that. And they didn't, of course, that's another thing they know about, but it doesn't make a difference. I said take the ACT, what's that kid gonna do? He's gonna take that ACT, because you can take it as many times as you can.
Coach Burns told the athletes opportunities to compete at the next level will come. The thing is, you have to be ready with the requirements and have the paperwork done.
Be ready when the time comes. Take care of yourself academically, take care of yourself spiritually, so you're ready to go when the time comes and God puts you in position to have that chance, okay?
Congratulations to Hugh Camel, the primary school champions, the junior high champions, Sister Mary Patricia Russell Panthers, the high school track champions, the Tabernacle Baptist Academy Falcons. And don't forget the Miami-San Antonio game 3 tonight in Miami. Let's look at sports.